today we're at it. And I'm checking everything, making sure we can see everything. But it is super hot today, and we are knocking out some river otters that a really cool dude dropped off to me today. And I'm really happy to be able to do these for him because this guy is an avid trapper. Super impressed with what he brought and everything. So, that being said, we got to make sure that we do a really, well, I got to make sure I got to do a really good job on this. So, that is what I'm going to do. Okay, cool. Alright, so let's get this. I have a TV over here so I can see everything that's going on. So I don't have to keep looking up at the phone. So it's doing all this on the phone. Alright. Hold on just a second, guys. Get all this plugged in real quick. That might help. Oh. River otter fun. Okay. It's pretty cool. I feel like I'm sitting here. Here, I'm going to show it to you. Some people like to look at the video after I post it, and I appreciate it. But I have a TV right there. It's watching everything I'm doing. Alright, so, where? Let me turn this fan on. My phone gets really hot out here, and I have to have a fan blowing on it to help cool it down. So I'm going to do that. Hopefully it doesn't mess with the sound too much. I just don't have any other choice. I'm just going to kind of feel, okay. Alright, we're in. We're here. Alright. Get everything where I need it before I feel like I'm in my zone real quick. Alright. Fresh razor blade. We know we finna need it. Alright. Okay. Dude, I'm really pretty excited about what we got going on right here. These river otters are just amazing. Look at that. I mean, these are nice. I mean, these are good sized otters. These are great. Okay? So we have a few obstacles on these things. And that would be the tail, slightly different. Pretty different than anything other than a beaver's tail. But this one has fur on it, we need to keep it. So, you know, things we got to do with that. So, anyhow, super cool river otter. Look at that. Awesome. And look at the fur on this thing. I mean, that is pretty sweet. So, it's really cold because I've been slowly thawing it out because I don't want anything to happen to the fur. So, this guy that wants this, he said that his wife does a lot of, like, I guess you could call it like crafting with it. She makes stuff out of this. So this needs to be garment quality. The number one thing that we need to do is make sure that we flush it really, really good. So we're going to do that right now. Turned out. So this is my flushing machine right here. It's called a Dakota 5 flushing machine. And it does a really awesome job. It'll do an awesome job at cutting holes if you're not careful. So I have my guard set really shallow. as to not cut any holes. Flies are everywhere in here, but it won't matter for long. Once we get done, we're going to cover this thing up with salt, and then the flies will not want to get on it anymore. Okay, so this is going to be a slow process because this guy, I take everybody really serious, but I'm really taking this guy serious because he is the real freaking deal, man. Super impressed with some of the pictures he showed me today. And I just feel like I need to do like consistent, amazing job. Here we go. I'm going to get the blade sharp. I was using it earlier, so I need to hit it one more time. This should be good. Here we go, man. Here we go. You can see, hopefully you can see, I'm just doing small stripes. Yeah, you can see that little run right there. That thin membrane that's on here, we're making sure that we're getting all that off, and we're just going down to this plain skin. And we're going to take it off in little stripes all the way around it. We don't want to take big stripes off. If I was doing a cow hide, I'd be grabbing a lot more hide with a lot more pressure as I run through over the top of this flushing machine. So we're just, man, taking our time, and we're going to get this done right. That's the thing, man. It just takes time. This ain't nothing you're really fixing to do fast. If you're trying, like I'm trying to do an incredibly thorough job right now. So yeah, we're not in no hurry right now. No hurry. Hello, April. You're always on my mind. Alright. I'm going to feel this. I feel something weird in the skin. I want to make sure there's not like a foreign anything stuck on the skin. Seems like the otter had a wound here. Don, that had a family. Correct. Past tense. Had. Dead. Present tense. It did. I don't feel bad about it. I mean, you know what I mean? So did all the, I don't even care, man. Have a good day, Don. I'm sure this otter won't. It's mainly because he's dead. He's dead. He died. So he's gone. What point in talking about this otter's life because it's no longer here. It's dead. Like a family pet. No, dude. Raccoons are intelligent like a family pet. I mean, unless they're dead, you know what I mean? And most of the ones I get are dead, so if you have a pet raccoon, like, cool, that's cool. But here, I'm gonna say this. Like, if you are at all concerned about the wild turkey population, the wild quail population, those two in particular, then you know that you have to somewhat eradicate a large raccoon population or coyotes, bobcats, whatever, or you're going to just have an extreme loss of those two. So there has to be some sort of management, and there's only a select few people in the world that have like the brain capacity to understand that. And if you're not one of them, you know, I don't know. I mean, you can continue to be narrow-minded. I can't believe how savage they are. They're like foxes. Yeah, they are. They're crazy. But I mean, I don't know, man. Stuff's got to die. You know, it's part of life, and we're managing when we do this. You know, you got to take a life to gain a life. But yeah, raccoons are crazy. They're crazy as all get out. But I've had 8 raccoons as a pet, and I've had to let every single one of them go. And that's what we make it have something cool. It's called competition. Yeah, Stephen, that's right. Got to do it. Animals do it within each other. Walter, what kind of meat? This is an otter skin here. Fur right there. Anyhow, gotta get back to it, y'all. You're welcome, Walter. Thank you, Don. Appreciate it. Now, I'll be trying, you know, there's comments that I don't like, you know, like when people talk about like hunting or, you know, something, trapping or taking another life of an animal. But there's just so much more to it than that. Like, I think most hunters, any respectable hunter, yeah, Walter, has to, they feel a little bit like, you know, that was an animal, and we took its life, but at the same time, you've got to see the bigger picture. Like, as a hunter, you serve a purpose, and as a trapper, you serve a purpose. It's a little damp right now, but that's what we're working with. But I won't see that again until I start finishing it. Like, from this point on, it will be inside out quite a while. Don't kill unless you're going to eat it. Or pest control. Yeah. This is pest control right here. Like, they're killing our turkeys. They're killing all of our other wildlife. Thanks, Walter. Yeah, it's an awesome animal. Yeah. So yeah, this is a nuisance. Like, if they're overpopulated, yeah, it's an absolute nuisance to the surrounding wildlife. And so you got to do a little control. Thanks, Don. Thanks, Don. I don't know which side you're on, bro, but I appreciate it, man. But you can see what we're doing, Don. We've got it cleaned right here. We have a nice clean line of where we're going down and around. So we start at the neck, work our way down, back to the neck, and everybody does it a little different. That's how I did. So I take my time because I'm making sure that I get all of the membrane off, even the stuff that you can't see. Like, I know what the skin looks like, so I'm getting down to that. So I'm going, you know, an otter's head doesn't really, well, the ears are back here, but there's so much room in between them, I can really reach in there with this and take everything out. We can really going to turn these otters into something super nice. I'm so excited to get these done for this guy. I just can't wait, man. And you know, I try to do a good job on this stuff, and you know, hope he's gonna be able to see that. It matters so much. So yeah, right here, this otter had gotten bit by something, hit by something. It's super hard and stuff right there. So I'll pickle this hide and I'll really shave that down. I'm not going to do it while it's just raw like this. It's not going to work out too well. But once I pickle it, it'll be ready to shave down big time. So we'll wait till then. Right now, we just want salt to be able to penetrate the skin to begin the curing process, and that makes it to where you're going to be able to get pickled better, and it's going to be more, the skin will be more receptive to the tanning solution. And yeah, man, that's what we're doing. That's what this is. So you can see, man, we're cleaning this up. Got a little stripe right here. Guys, I gotta get some water. Hold on. Tool that you're using. This is a Dakota 5 flushing machine. Has a disc in there. This blade is on the outside. You got these two guards on either side of the blade that's in the middle, and on the outside of this stainless steel disc it's spinning. There is a 90-degree lip that's coming out, and that's what I'm using these tungsten steel rods for when I sharpen them. And so I'll stick it underneath it and come up at an angle, and then I'll use this one to go over the top just to kind of touch it so I can knock the burrs off that I'm bringing up from this bottom one. And overall, this makes it a really fine sharp blade. So that's what we got. These guards that are right here, I've got them set really shallow. So, you know, it's going to take me a couple swipes to get it, you know, one swipe of membrane off at times. But that's just because I'm trying to be careful, man. Like, I don't want no holes in this. Like, this is going to be used to make stuff out of. You know, I don't know what they're going to make out of it, but I just need to get it to where it's ready for that. So that's where I come in. That's what I'm doing. Guys from this, yeah, you're welcome, Walter. No problem, man. Any questions at all? Like, I'm down. I got a TV right here. Very convenient for me to look over to see any comments. That's why I put it there, so I can see them more easily. I can just be flush and look right there instead of looking up at the camera, you know what I'm saying? So it's just there for that. It also helps me to work a little bit faster. So I don't have to stop. Man, there's a hole right there. Crap. It's okay. It's okay. Going to sew that up. It does happen. Holes happen. just hate when they do happen. The whole goal is to not get a hole at all, but we're going to sew that up. It ain't going to be no problem. But I'm going to focus on what I'm doing for sure. No, I don't use brain. I use all synthetic chemicals you can. I mean, I have used brain, and I'm very fond of brain tanning. But when I tan for like customers and stuff, I don't. Yeah, luckily I've learned how to sew up holes to where, if you want to make something out of it, the hole is not an issue. Like, you're going to be able to still utilize that piece of the fur, and you're not even going to know it's just ever there. So, if you're going to do this, you really should learn how to sew. Baseball stitches on hides is like the way to go. Way to go. For me, anyway. Cool thing about using this fleshing machine is like I'm fleshing it and I'm thinning down the thick spots, thick skin all at the same time, and like I'm smoothing it out so I won't have any like stringy little things sticking off of this skin. Like it's going to be smooth, and it takes a little time using this, but totally worth it. Walter, I'm in Arkansas. I'm located about Central Arkansas. I do all this out of my house, so if you're interested in me doing anything for you, then I have an email address in my YouTube description. Flies everywhere, man. It's nuts. But totally shoot me an email, figure something out if that's what you want. Thank you, Walter. I appreciate it. I tried. I really tried. Yeah. I learned it not that long ago. If you're doing this, like, it's going to take time. It's going to take however long it takes. So make sure you've got time before you get started. Like for me, it's 8:30 at night. John, this is an otter. I love those reactions. Like, what are you doing? Like, bro. Those are the best. Thank you for that, John. Thank you, April. Love your support. I mean, anytime you ever get sidetracked in your head and you're going for a swipe, that could be a hole right there. I mean, it's like, especially on thin-skinned animals, cowhides aren't so bad, but when they're thin like this, I mean, you really got to be honed in every time you do it. Because you got the guards and everything like that, but still, like you got to be paying attention big time. There's not very much room for error at all. You got to hit it right. See, we've gone from this middle part of the head down here till we're meeting this first arm now. You just work your way around it, man. You see how clean that looks? Like, we are down to the skin right there. There's nothing hanging on it, it's just skin. Nothing. That's the whole idea. What I'm going to do now that I've come down to this arm is I want to work everything on the neck, down to the arms, and then work around the arms, and then come here behind the arms and work everything around on the belly. Then I'll come down here to the legs, work the edges off of them, and we're going to come down and work this weird little tail. And then we'll go up to the face. And so with every single one of those, we have like, thank you, Walter. Yep, that's the whole thing, man, getting it clean. Then that salt will be able to penetrate everything. But there's all these different areas, different thin spots, different things that you need to know when you're doing this so that you ain't just busting a crap ton of holes in here and you can do a good job. So, here we go. And every animal's different. Every single one of them. Now we're going to go around these little arms. As you can see, at the end of them, I don't have a lot to grab a hold of, so I won't be able to go all the way to the edges of them. What's up, Kevin? How's it going? Welcome to the Flesh and the Otter live stream, where we are fleshing the otter. you got any questions, feel free to ask. Or comments, whatever. Pretty warm in here. Pretty warm. Yeah, Walter, I totally let you, man. I tell you, yeah, the flesh wheel, that was hard. Like man. It was difficult, like, had to sew up a lot of holes, you know? But, part of learning, man. You can totally do it, dude. Around these arms right here, you gotta be real careful. I have something called a mini flesh, I'll be getting into that later on this. And I'll be touching these parts that I can't really get to. With the mini flexor. So you can see here we've gone around that arm. Alright, that hard spot. William, just found this channel and I love it. Thanks, man. I'm glad that you love it, dude. I'm glad you found it. Heck yeah, welcome, bro. We are working on an otter. We're getting it in pristine condition, and we're absolutely taking our time because we love tanning hides, right? We love tanning hides. We like doing a good job. So that's what we got going on right here. Don't really, it's about I'm making money off this, but I also have a lot of pride in what I do. Just for myself, like I'm just proud of, I just like doing a good job, man. It's like, I just want to do a good job. Because I really like tanning hides. So. Anyway, glad you're here, William. I appreciate you, man. Alright, so, we're just going to continue around. time to sharpen the blade. It's so crazy. Like, I have these guards set as shallow as I can get away with. I still got a cut up on the skin, you know. They'll have these little tiny pinner holes still here and there, just like that. Just little pinner holes. I mean, you don't have to sew them up, but I just cannot stand to hide the holes in it. And I've gotten a little quicker at sewing. So I am a sewing fanatic. I'm going to sew every hole that ever happens. So you don't have no hole in it. So just keep going. No, never ate otter, man. I tell you, the skin smells like fish. Like on the inside, it's, you know how like when you walk up to a pond or a river or a creek or something and you smell fish? That's what this smells like. It smells like fish. So I can only imagine it probably tastes like fish. Probably got like an oily, fishy taste to it. This is my guess, just based on how this dude smells. So the machine just scrapes the excess meat and fat off the hide to prep it. Yeah. So it's actually slicing it off. That's why it's so meticulous. You got to be so tedious when you're. It's a very tedious task. I mean, it's like, you can make a hole so easy, but you got to know. You got to hold it. You got to put some tension on it, stretch it the right way. You got to put just the right amount of pressure. Always try to put, the least amount of pressure that I can get away with. And I'm willing to go over one spot several times and just take off a little bit at a time. Because I mean, you got a little hole right there. A little hole. big as my fingernail just about, but again, we can sew it all up. And you get in spots that are so thin, I mean, around the armpit, the arms, the belly, like the whole belly is so thin, and there's really thick membrane on it, and it's kind of hard to not put a tiny little hole on the belly. Like the back of his neck, it's so thick, I mean, you really don't ever have to worry about it. Like, it ain't going to really put a hole on the back of the neck unless we just kind of get carried away. I get these big clumps and stuff, it's right where I'm fixing to cut, I like to get that off because sometimes it'll make you feel like you have to put too much pressure, but then you end up overcompensating and then big hole. So I just go ahead and take all this stuff off. Look at that, man. That is, the whole thing's gonna look like that. Isn't that cool? Gotta go, but I'll be back. Keep up the good work. Thank you, William. I appreciate you, man. Flushing and hitting the blade beside a hole, gotta be super careful right there. I mean, you gotta really watch that blade. Thank you, Walter. Boy, I'm trying. I promise you, I'm trying. I'm trying to do a good job. Yep. sometimes you can just hit it with a razor blade. Like if you've already hitting that area, you know, the skin just got a little thinner, but if you just have a little bit of a sliver on something, just get it off of the razor blade because you don't want to put a big old giant hole in there over a sliver. You just reach down there and get it off real quick. Like and on these ends that I can't reach because I'll freaking slice my fingers, I'll just reach down there, grab some of that membrane, pull on it a little bit, and just start slicing it. And then I can just flush it like that. And that would be good. That's all it really takes. Okay. So we've gotten around both arms now. So we're going to touch up this little spot, I see. Yeah. And we managed to go around that whole, both arms without putting any kind of hole into them. So that right there is an accomplishment. That's good. Most of the time, there's always some little hole right there in the armpit. So we didn't do it this time. So, and yeah, I'll be touching this stuff. I got this nicotine disc, and I just go for it, man. I just freaking go for it. You know what I'm saying? Almost done with the neck, and then we'll go down the back and work our way on the sides, and then I'm going to save that belly and these edges down here for last because they are the most complicated, and we'll get a little bit of weight off of this hide, so it's a little bit easier to be careful not have so much. It doesn't weigh a lot, but it does help. every time after I sharpen it, I give it a couple test swipes. Just to see, because sometimes it comes out sharper than I want it to be. So you just gotta kind of dip down in the water and see what it's all about. Alright, we got this last little sliver right here to get. We'll be done with the top half except for the head, which that ain't going to take nothing. But here we go. Now, for y'all that's been watching, I mean, you see I'm taking my time. Like, I'm not rushing this. Period. But so far, we've got this part done, and we do have a hole right here. We're going to sew that up towards the end, but it's okay. But we've got this flesh up to this bottom right here, and we've got this back flesh, pretty good amount on this side right here, but we're going to take the rest of it down. It just won't be long, and we'll be done. I mean, honestly, it might take another like 30 or 40 minutes for me to get done with this, to get it totally cleaned up, 100%. But that's okay. That is okay. Right, Walter, you can't. I wouldn't call it perfect, bro. Stop still. But I appreciate it, yeah. Yeah, you gotta take it easy. Man, I'm telling you something. With these highs, if you decide to take your time on them when you're doing them, especially when you're fleshing them, it really don't matter how you chain it, whatever. Like, it'll be good. I mean, now breaking the hide is totally different. You'll get a good tan on it. You'll be able to roll it really well if you flesh it right. Breaking the hide, you're going to have to put a lot of work into it, especially if you're doing it by hand. But there's some really cool methods for doing it by hand. Is this human or animal meat? I mean, yeah, this is animal. This is an otter. This is an otter. This is an otter. You got funny people out there. But it's actually a skin. Right now we're on the belly. I just decided to go ahead and knock this out. We're just going to go around this. This is the side that's super thin, and it's got to be real careful on it. You got to be super careful on that belly. It's where the animals. It's a prank, bro. Good job. Thank you. I appreciate it. I'm in a hot garage, man. It's starting to cool down though. 9 o'clock at night. It's gonna be the last part I do today, and I'll probably pick back up tomorrow night. We're going swimming tomorrow, I guess. And won't be able to work during the day. It's too hot during the day anyway. Sounds good, yeah. This is like, I love the way it sounds. What's going on here? When that blade slicing, definitely got a good sound to it. Good old water. I just take these, every cut that I make on this thing, funny guy, what's up? How you doing, funny guy? Welcome to the stream. We're working on a river otter right now. We're getting all the meat, fat, membrane off of it, getting it all cleaned up. Mr. Kenomi, I'm old school. Is that for fleshing the hide? What kind of tool is that? Yes, old school is awesome. But yeah, This is a flushing machine. It's a Dakota V flushing machine. You can find it on Van Dyke's or McKenzie Taxidermy. Does a really good job at getting everything off and thinning the skin. So you're doing multiple things at one time with this machine here, and it gives the skin a smooth surface, and it really helps make a really good end result. And that's why I use it. I don't use this for every fur. You know, I do have a flushing knife, and I'll utilize it for like bobcats, foxes, skunks, possums. You know, that's pretty much it. But when it's something like, what's up, James? Welcome to the stream. When it comes to something like this otter here, or like a bobcat, or a coyote, then I'm gonna come to this because they're a little heavier skin, and the membrane stuff's a little tougher and a lot bigger animal. So I'll come here and really get it all the way down to the skin. Yeah, it is. It takes a little bit longer to do. There's no doubt about it. There's no doubt. But it's worth it. I mean, it is. And I don't always utilize it. It just depends on what I'm doing. The guy that brought me these, he said he wants garment quality furs. So, that right there, that's top of the line. So we got to do. Alright guys, didn't have my charger connected. I always have that happen to me, like something will happen, and alright, we're back. I have a charger here, and let me see something here. Alright, I'm going to put y'all right here. My little battery pack charger is... Today I've had so many issues with my stuff that it's driving me crazy. Crap. Alright, hang tight y'all, I'll be right back. Yeah, I'll put some ice in the cup when I walk. Yeah. Yeah. I had some pet raccoons, they're crazy. Yeah, April, I need to charge my phone. I had a battery pack on it, but the battery pack wasn't charged, so my phone was sitting there dying. So I've barely got my phone charged right now. And I'm charging that battery pack. Have you ever seen an animal using obsidian? No, I haven't. I've seen it be done, and it looks awesome. I was thinking about that the other day. Yeah, I used to do a lot of traditional methods. I think about them all the time. That's where I learned how to tan hides anyway, but yeah, maybe one day we'll get back to it. So we've done the complete back up until this bottom region, like the legs. And like I said way earlier, I'm going to save that whole section for last. It kind of all just goes in one motion. So we're getting the bulk of this midsection out. So, and then we've got from here down. So we're gonna work this belly down. So far, we've got a really clean hide. I mean, I'm telling you, if we were here, I mean, you can see that is just pure skin. And this is what, the type of stuff we started off with. We've gone from this to this. I mean, come on. Oh, man. Some good stuff. Good stuff. Yeah, when you're flushing these small hides like this, most of your time goes into flushing. So everything after this is all pretty quick. But this flushing process right here is going to take most of your time if you want to get to a very thorough job. If you don't want any like little string tags hanging on when you get done with it and it's totally clean and smooth, this is going to take a little while. So far, I've been doing this for over an hour now on this one hide. And sometimes they go quick, sometimes they don't. So, but it's all good. This is going to be a good hide. It's cool to know that they're going to make something out of all these. We got like 8 otter to do. Let's go get that charger real quick. Alright, we got this charger now. We're gonna get it all plugged up real quick. Hopefully it will freaking work. Dang it, man. It's not working. Oh, me. Hold on a second. been a crazy day on YouTube Live. This phone, my phone's probably going to die while I'm doing this. I don't have any way to plug it up right now, so I apologize for that. Hold on, I'm going to figure this out. But if you guys want to watch until I finish, please do. I'll probably put it back on the charger, I don't know, but definitely got to get this done. I should have charged my phone before I got on this. I was just messing with a bunch of other highs and doing stuff, but I definitely got to get this done, guys. Yeah, I've been running around today trying to keep my phone from overheating so much. What's up, buddy? You can come in here if you want, but you gotta shut the door one way or another. My son just standing there. Alright. Appreciate it, man. I wish I could keep this phone charged right now. If anything, I will put it on the charger here in a minute. And I like when I bring. Looks like you don't have much left. No, I mean it looks like that. It looks like that, but it ain't like that. Because once I get down to this edge, it really slows me down because it's really, you know, I mean that blade's going this way, so when I bring that edge over here, it wants to pull the fur down into it, so I just got to take my sweet time. And I'm not going to get into a lot of detail work on the face right now. You know, I will do some work tonight on the face. A lot of fat in this tail to get. And yeah, I mean this is the easy stuff here. I mean, we've done the majority of it, 100%. So, but we're getting into the parts that kind of slow me down on this, no doubt. Alright, so we've gotten pretty even around the bottom section of this pelt here. We're going to work our way into the edges. Just at least to the base of the tail right now. Once I get around the edges of these feet, I can kind of speed up a little bit, but I just don't know if it's all going to be able to get on the live stream just because of the battery situation. And I apologize for that. That's totally my bad. issue all day with this. There's a gland right here, base of the tail. I want to make sure you get all that thing off. And I do appreciate y'all watching this long and sticking with me on this, man. It's cool. Especially you, April. Especially you. Kevin, what's up, my brother? Yeah, I've had a little bit of practice on it, and I'm still trying to get better at it. There's a lot that I haven't been able to do yet. But I'm working on it. Just got to keep doing it. I get a little bit better every time I do it, and I mean a little bit, just a little bit. Yeah, there's a lot you can do with this thing, and there's a lot that I cannot do with it. But slowly stepping in, stepping out on it, and trying to get good at this thing. Around these edges is the absolute hardest. Guys, if my phone dies, sorry. Thanks for watching. Definitely keep hanging out. I don't know when it's gonna die. But it's gonna die. And that sucks, man. Damn. Little hole. Little hole to sew up later. It's okay. Better have a little hole than a big hole. So, you know. That's a little trick I learned back in Nam right there, boy. Back in Nam, boy. See, I'm just working around the edges. And then we'll come back straight in line and go down to them. So we're almost all the way around. head. I will go back and touch up the head after it's been in the pickle for 2 days. But so now, I'm going to get it to where it's kind of hanging a little bit.